Sega. God, it's so good. Games are made to hook the player in whatever scenario they are presenting. From desert plains to snowy vistas, the setting affects the game entirely. But there's nothing quite like the Not Just Blue because it's brand new game mechanics and agonizing speed reduction known as the underwater level. I hope you liked the intro. Now shut up, this is serious.
Down in the deep, dark, depthless depths lies our hero, struggling to find their way out of the level because it's hard to find things when you're panicking, okay? Tails? Dad? Tails is my dad.
As recently shown, the Sonic games have some of the most memorable examples of an underwater level being mechanically robust. But as all of us gamers know, most games that have a wide scope of variety when it comes to their settings hopefully have a generous amount of polished mechanics spread throughout the entirety of the game. So the question is, what makes the sometimes loved, sometimes dreaded illustrious water level so unique? Now, despite my best efforts, I've never made a game before, but it seems that engaging mechanics must be a complicated thing to design, because as I understand them, they are the only way the player knows how to interact with the entirety of the game world. This is especially true when games are set on introducing new mechanics for every new level type, a la Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2022 Electric Boogaloo. In Green Hill Zone, no one can hear you scream. Who are you gonna call? Sonic. I'm gonna call Sonic. With great power comes great responsibility. Well, what was I talking about? But underwater levels have a couple of key trends that are present in most iterations of them, with some Flame Sagittaria Beyblade spins on there, when the devs really have a good idea to jump off of the already tricky stable mechanics. And yes, I did have to look up the name of the Beyblade. For example, in Shadow of the Colossus, Wander comes in contact with water as an obstacle in their environment multiple times, but when sent to fight Avion, aka the scariest thing in the world, and Hydrus, aka the scariest thing in the universe, you are poised to use yourself as bait while slowly swimming in the water until Hydrus comes to attack you, so Wander can quote-unquote climb the Colossus. Wander, I'm too scared to even look at the screen right now, but I'm pretty sure you're just hanging on for dear life. You can also dive under the water, which is good for hiding from Avion, but not so much against Hydrus. A little interjection here from editing David. I was conflicted in stating this fight as an underwater level because when you think of a level of video game, there's a lot more to interact with other than the boss at the end. But I think for the boss rush structure of the game, these two levels would count as an underwater level. More so the Hydrus fight than the Avion one because you do get dragged under the water multiple times. But, that was just something that bothered me while I was editing the script. But now, back to the video. The thing Shadow of the Colossus does really well is it makes you feel small, literally and figuratively. The only thing that gives Wander the power to fell these poor beasts and make deals with shadow gods is their pure force of will, and some could say, misguided courage. And as we all know, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So you gotta do some pretty scary stuff if you want to wake up the pretty lady. The mechanics of these two battles keep the tone of the game, keep the players on their toes, and show the player that they will always be the ones in more danger when it comes to finding a way to kill these beautiful but admittedly terrifying beasts. There are also other unique mechanics that games have added, like air bubbles, speed boosts, destructible fish platforms to pull a stick off of with your mighty shovel. The list goes on. And that's what makes underwater levels so unique. But what about what's not unique? What about the bad boy mechanics that slick back their hair and drown you because your time ran out, dorkwad? Well, I think it's time for a closer look at the other side of underwater levels. Alright, calm down, we're not gonna get that serious. I think the consensus in regards to most underwater levels is that they are always challenging one way or the other. The restrictions that being stuck in water put on you don't set you up for success, and hopefully that's the point. You see, when the water is presented as another obstacle to avoid, the adversity that comes with it is justified. But if, for example, you were playing a game where the goal is to go fast and be preemptive to avoid obstacles, and then you were dropped into blue molasses, you might be a little upset after being traumatized by some 8-bit soundbites. Video games are supposed to be fun. This This is not fun. It's not even Dark Souls fun. We learn that being a masochist is advantageous. The worst thing about a level is when the obstacles are annoying rather than challenging, and that's why most underwater levels get a bad rap. So, to sum up, underwater levels are great when there are mechanics that are added to make them more engaging, and terrible when the only changing interactions are the obvious ones. Tails is my dad, Beyblades are cool, and Sonic is in fact a Ghostbuster. Thank you guys so much for watching, whatever this video was, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!